Hi guys, Jurassic Junkie here, and today I shall be doing a review of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So this is now the 6th major installment of the franchise, and to be fair, I kind of tuned out on Assassin's Creed 3 just simply because it felt like it was the same game repeatedly, just swapping the map out and not much was changing. But I did hear a few people saying you've got to try this one, they've gone with something different and it's worth playing. So with that in mind, I've jumped in and this is my review. So then, first up, storyline, and I should be giving it a 6. Now the game's actually set in the Caribbean during the golden ages of piracy, so that's not when Napster was about, but it's during when all the pirates is out at sea and everybody was hitting the Caribbean. And this time you're going to be playing the character of Edward Kenway. And I have to say, he's the funniest character and the most enjoyable character of the Assassin's Creed series. Now he's funny, he's witty, when it comes to the cutscenes and his dialogue, I was always listening to what he had to say because he was an amusing character, and I definitely have to say he's the best out of the bunch. The problem with the storyline is, there is actually one there, and to start off with it's kind of interesting, but the thing is the game drags out so long, towards the end you just kind of tune out, and I just stopped listening towards the end. So next up then is graphics and art direction, and this shall be earning a 6. Now the graphics are nothing special in particular, they do what the job needs to be done, but at the end of the day they kind of look last gen, just ported across. There's nothing absolutely mind-blowing on there. The direction is obviously to give it a Caribbean feeling, and that they do, so there's lush trees and you feel like you are in the Caribbean. But again, there's nothing particularly special. The only thing I have to actually give it good points for though is when you're out at sea and the sun is setting, there is actually a beautiful cast across the sea, and you do just kind of pause for a second and take it in, but those moments are few and far between. So next up is gameplay and mechanics, and this will be getting a 7. Now I'll give it a lower score to be fair, because the thing is Assassin's Creed do the wall running well, that you can jump on things, you can climb, but it's not changed in all of the series. It's the same kind of thing that we got in Assassin's Creed 1. And on top of it, you do always have that great Assassin's Creed randomly I'm going to run up a tree and slam my face into a wall moment. But the reason I do actually give it a higher score is simply because the ships handle amazingly. I absolutely love going out at sea, taking against other ships, boarding other ships, and everything it does on that side, it does brilliantly. So over to then fun and entertainment, and for that it scores a 6. Now this game is kind of, you need to split it up into 2 parts. Now most of the actual time you're going to be on land, but for the other part you're going to be out at sea. Now when you're out at sea, this is when the game excels. This was what made me go absolutely crazy over this game, telling my friends you need to buy it because the franchise has just changed it up and it's so more enjoyable. You can go out at sea and shoot other ships, board it, take all the wood and metal to then be able to upgrade parts of your ship. So all of this has to be one of the most enjoyable boat games I've actually played in a very long time. So on that aspect it scores really high, but the reason I knocked the score back down again is because when you're on land it is just the same old Assassin's Creed again, walking around, hiding and then just following people, eavesdropping, and it's just 90% of the time it feels like I'm just hiding in a bush and just following objectives around, and it does become quite boring quite quick. So yes, there is fun elements in there and it is an entertaining game, but then it quickly slaps you in the face and says go follow this target now for 10 minutes, and you just become bored quickly. So that brings us to the last category, which is replay factor, and that's going to get a 6. Now at first I was going to score this really high because there's so much to do on this game. The map is really big, and on every island there's loads of objectives to actually find these parts, climb some certain areas, or even look for treasure maps. So when I first jumped into this game I thought, you know what, I'm going to go through and find every little bit of this game and 100% it. So in my head this was going to get a really high 8, 9 for the actual replay factor, but after doing it for about an hour or 2 I quickly dropped the score back down again because it is just repetitive as hell. You may do about 3 or 4 islands and after that you'll give up and go, I can't be asked to do the rest of these just to try and get 100% out of the game. So yes, there is a replay factor there, but it's a very repetitive and tedious one. So all in all then, with the scores tallied together, we get an average score of 6.2. So as I said, this game is like a 2-parter. When you're on land, it's just normal, boring Assassin's Creed, and when you're at sea, it's an amazing, great ship game. So is it worth buying? I'd say if you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed series, definitely, because they've gone a bit different now with the boats. And if you're a completionist, you're going to get your money's worth because there is lots and lots to do, but I found it quite repetitive. But all in all, I was slightly disappointed with the game because more you play it, more you become bored, and you very quickly fizzle out of the story. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Cheers guys, bye.